want to be good at something, you know, you sort of study it. So we pick up as we've just spoken to Pete, and he's telling us, I need help, come. And me and Jeffries have just made the decision to head towards him, so.
We're on our way. We can hear it. Just keep your head down. Copy that.
So right now we're pretty laxed. Pete's telling us where he is. He's giving us, updating us on information on what he's seeing, what he's hearing, how many enemy he can see, if he can see any at all. And we don't know what we're walking into.
Someone ran past the window.
So he's just seen someone run past his window. It's clearly not us, because we're still in the forest.
No, definitely not you.
We'll try drawing a wave of a gunshot. 3 rounds, listen out.
Okay, so Jeffrey's decision here to shoot a couple of rounds at nothing to draw the AI away from Peter's position, because they can't visually see Pete anymore in that building. Once Pete goes inside that building and stays low and they can't see him, the AI will walk around and eventually figure that he's left the area, and they'll get lazy and walk off essentially. Or they might just mull around in that area, but they'll stop looking for him eventually and they'll calm down. So by Jeffrey shooting these 3 rounds off, it's going to draw the AI towards us and pull them away from Pete, giving him more time to survive and figure out what's going, you know, as maybe he can escape or something, right? And we're just trying to make the AI come towards us and get away from Pete, so Pete has more of a lifetime. So we'll pick up from where Jeffrey lets off those rounds.
Heard?
Yeah, heard.
So then when he asks Pete if he heard them, and Pete doesn't really give us that much of a good reply. He says a distance. So so we both laugh about it, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. As long as he can hear us and he knows we're kind of close, that's all we need to know. You know, we don't need too much information. I mean, if we were like super close, he'd be like, oh, you guys are like 10 meters away, when we know we're super close. Again, we don't know where the building is. I've just spotted a building on the top of the hill, and we assume that that's the building. Come here. See it over here. Straight through there. Top of the hill, just through the tree line.
Yeah.
So we start pushing on the building, being mindful that we've just let off 3 rounds, alerting the enemy to our position. So if there's any enemy in the area, they're going to come towards where we just shot, which is behind us now, because we shot then moved away. So they're going to go towards that spot where we shot. We just got visual on your hut, Pete. We're coming. So we got visual of his hut. Oh, I'm getting shot. And there you go. Jeffries takes a shot in the butt, or in the stock, I should say, and immediately takes cover.
Behind.
And he's probably injured too. So I instantly 180, call the shots, and you can see here's the target just on the crest of the hill. They're on their way down to where we were. They're on their way down this way to where we were. Because they're in that open field, we're in the open field, they've seen us and they've engaged.
Move, Jeff, let's move.
Knowing that I need a reload now, I've got no bullets in my magazine, and I've started to reload, and I've already called to Jeffries, let's move. Because there's no point in standing there reloading and not making use of that time if I'm in a shit spot, and I'm in a shit spot. We're in an open field, and we've pretty much got no cover. So I've called to Jeff, let's punch on. We got all this cover behind us, all those trees there that I've just turned and seen, and I'm already reloading, getting ready to get the gun back into the fight, and I'm calling to Jeffries, let's move. You know, he would hear me reloading my gun, and he would know straight. He won't hesitate. He won't stop shooting. I mean, he'll stop shooting and he'll move too. If one of us says move, we're both moving. We're not standing there and continuing shooting our shot or finishing our magazine. If one of us needs to move, we both need to move. Okay? So watch what happens.
Move. I can't have any hill.
Okay, Jeffries can't. He has to heal. You can see him on the ground here, tending to his wound. And I immediately take action.
Right, I'm coming.
He's healing. I don't need to heal him. He's capable of doing it himself. So instead of trying to worry about him healing himself, which he's doing, he's self-administering, I'm going to pull security. Take some cover. And instantly I see a target. And I engage. Pulling the enemy's attention to me and away from Jeffries as he's healing.
Another one to our right.
Jeffries is back up now because I can hear him shooting, so I know we can both move now. His gun's operating, which means he's up and we're ready to go. Jeff is reloading and we move again. See, no dead time. And I knew Jeff would have to be reloading because I nearly have to reload too. And I've just heard him spray his gun out. So we start moving.
Good with it. Yep. Good drills.
Now we're thinking that there's a lull in the fight, which is like a break in the fight. We're talking to each other. Good work on that part because that was pretty good action what we just pulled there. We suppressed the enemy. We pulled him away from Pete. That was successful. And now we're pushing to the building.
On your left, Jeff.
Now I'm informing Jeffries when I'm moving and where I am because he's looking forward. He's focusing on what's in front of him. He's focusing on the building. He's looking for targets up there because as far as we know, Pete's building is covered in enemy. Pete said that they're shooting at him. They're shooting at his door. They're out there. We just heard a shot from behind us. We'll pick up.
On our 6.
Now you can see I immediately turned, called that there's shots coming from our 6, and one of those bullets hits my gun.
Fuck, can't see him.
So trying to see the target through the trees and engaging straight away, and then trying to tell Jeffries as well what's happening.
I'm moving on your left.
Behind the rock.
And you can hear Jeffries telling me where he's moving to my left.
He's gone back up the crest of the hill.
Shoot through the fucking door.
Right, we're moving, Pete, we're moving.
We're reloading, so we're moving. Pete's saying that they're shooting at his door, they're getting more and more aggressive out his building, and they're right behind us.
Yeah, moving.
So we start taking more shots from behind. So again, I spin around and start to engage. Look for the enemy, look for that movement, and engage straight away.
Go to Pete, Jeff, go.
Now I'm telling Jeff to move to Pete because we're so close to the building. Pete's building's right there. Pete's building is apparently surrounded by enemy, which means we've got enemy to our back and to our front, as far as we're aware. We need to get Pete out of that building and get his gun in the fight too, so there's 3 guns against all these guys on this hill here, right? So I tell Jeff, I'm basically telling Jeff, I'll hold this line here, because I can only see 1 or 2 enemy, and he needs to push and clear Pete and get him out of the building, get his gun in the fight. Now, whilst I'm shooting and suppressing and shooting a dead dude on the ground, essentially, I'm listening to what they're saying. Pete's just said he's going to open the door for Jeffries when he gets close. Jeffrey says, I'm at your door. Pete opens the door and...
Is that in the place, Touch?
It's the wrong building. We've come to the wrong building. Because the door's not open, Pete's not in it. Right? Just as I turn, I just noticed this other building here.
I see another hut to our direct left, Jeff.
On you.
Now, I've seen the building. Jeffries hasn't. He doesn't know where the building is. He's not going to ask where. Where is it? Point at it. Which way is it? What way? What direction? I've already said where the building is. I know how to get to the building. I can see it. Jeffries knows that I can see the building. He trusts what I say, so he says, I'm just going to come to you. I'll follow you. Let's go to the building. He doesn't have to waste his time in asking me which direction the building is. He knows we're close to it. He just knows he has to follow me because I know where the building is. So that's another thing everyone can use if you like, cut the bullshit talk. Don't tell me what direct. Let's just go to it,
Door's closed.
And all he has to say is on you, and I know what he means. I don't have to say anything anymore. I know he's behind me, he's following me, and soon enough, because I'm walking in the direction of the house now, or the hut or whatever, so is Jeffries because he's on me, and eventually Jeffries is going to see the hut too with his own eyes. I don't have to spot it out.
That's where that enemy was coming from.
Well, we pulled the enemy away from him, didn't we?
Yep.
And he's just seen it, and we've just acknowledged that the enemy would have been all around him and then gone down the hill to the left of the screen to where we fired that shot, and that's when they came through the forest and we engaged.
We did.
Yeah, beyond the building. Beyond the building.
Seen. I'm moving on your left.
Again, I've seen an enemy just on the other side of the building, walking past from right to left. Jeffries immediately just said seen, and that's acknowledging him that he's seen the enemy. He's moving to my left, on the left side of me, and getting ready to engage.
Yeah, I can see like he's running around.
He's on his back now.
Just shooting at the body. Sometimes you shoot them at that distance, it's hard to tell whether they're dead. So I just keep giving it to them because they could roll over and get back up.
We're coming up now.
Yep.
Now we're telling Pete that we're close. He can see our names, our names above our heads through the wall now, so he knows we're really close.
Another one down.
Jeffries has just spotted another one further on the road, and he's engaging it. Out your window, Pete. Now I'm telling Pete that I'm just walking past his window so he doesn't think that I'm an enemy. And I'm telling him I'm real close to his door to let him know how we're there now. Now I'm taking up position with Pete to give him security while Jeffries engages that target. And then Jeffries will want to confirm.
Confirm if he's down.
He wants to make sure that this guy that he's just shot is down. Because like I said, they roll over sometimes and get back up. And it's hard to tell, especially when they're laying straight, just like that guy. It's hard to tell whether they're actually dead or they're just unconscious. As we find out right now. He's getting up. Let him get up. So the AI will actually wake up and start to self-heal. And they'll pick up their gun and get back in the fight. They'll even run around with no gun if their gun's too far away from them by the time they got shot. And they'll find another gun off a dead body. They'll even go to an ammo crate and pull a gun from an ammo crate. So I'm assuming any container, vehicle, anything like that, they'll check it for a weapon. So you got to make sure that they're proper dead, those AI. Okay? So we're pretty confident the area's clear now, so we're going to take harbour in this building whilst we look at map and figure out what we're going to do. So that was the firefight, and that was a lot of the reasons why we move while we do, talk while we do, and do while we do. So I hope you learn a little bit from that. Thanks for watching. Peace out.